Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hi there. Hi, hi, hi. Ooh, my goodness. I'm just like the sleepiest of lads right now, let me tell you. I'm sleepy. It's so funny. I'm like so. You don't see that. I'm so sleepy, but like I really, really, really want to make some food. I haven't eaten anything all day. Oh my god. Don't understand, lads. Lads, I didn't eat anything all day because I'm stupid. Hi, Bush. Hi. Today, I'm not going to tell you what we're doing because I believe everyone here. I believe, what is it? I believe all of you have the comprehension to read and have some critical base analysis and questioning, so you can probably understand that we are making pasta today. But we're also making many kinds of pasta. And on top of that, I'm cooking many kinds of pasta dishes because I'm bored. And when I'm bored, I cook a lot of food. And you know what? I don't think having a lot of food is going to be a bad thing for today, or for this week really, or in general. I would like to have a lot of food. Having a lot of food makes me feel happy. It's like, oh yes, I feel so posh and fortunate now, I guess. Yeah. So I'm gonna be making some pastas and stuff, and it's gonna be fun. And you know what? We're not gonna we're not gonna stay in this. Ah! I gotta stand up. Oh boy, we're gonna get right into the kitchen. No dilly dallying. We're just gonna get right into the kitchen. Just bring this guy over. Boom. Okay. Alright, cool, good. Things are working now. Oh boy. Technical difficulties, my favorite thing to do. Okay, I have a lot of things in my very, very tiny, small kitchen. But we're gonna make it work because, well, I feel like a maniac today and I feel like making 50 things at once. I don't know why I'm like this, but this is the way I am. Okay. I'm gonna check real quick. How is tracking? Tracking's good? Alright, nice. Okay, well, let's get on with it today. I'm gonna be making 4 pasta things because I'm psychotic like that. And, I'm making 2 kinds of pastas if you really think about it. Kinda. It's weird, it's hard to explain. I am going to be making... Sorry. I'm going to be making extruded pastas and rolled pastas. Which is kind of funny because for someone that might not know what we're doing, we're probably kind of you know what? Enough talking. Talking is hard, and especially with my brain right now, I'm extremely tired. But why not? I can continue on. I can carry on. I got my recipe. Where did I put my recipes? Hold on. I wrote it down. issue about being an insane maniac with so many notes up the woo-ha. I don't know where I put all my notes, or the notes I need to use. That being said, I just found them. Alrighty, so we're gonna be doing a 2-for-1 thing right now, since I have my pasta machine, which is just my mixer right here. I'm going to use this to mix pasta because I am lazy. Yes, there's a way. You should probably make pastas by hand. It's a lot easier, supposedly. But you know what? You know what's an unfortunate thing about having a fleshy body? A body that is very fleshy and fatigued, very prone to being fatigued? Laziness. So I'm going to carry on and do this in a way that requires the least amount of effort. Alright. I should actually try and put this more on frame. My apologies. Here we go. Yeah, I don't have much space here. And I don't have much counter space, unfortunately. So I'm trying to make things work. But yeah, okay. There we go. This is really nothing special. I don't really feel the need to Vtuber commentate over this. It's fairly straightforward. I'm just measuring out some flours, some yolks, some stuff like that. And I'm making pasta dough. Oh. I guess the fun thing to mention about this is that I'm using double O flour. To be honest, I wish I could give you a bit more insight and tell you how my great intellect knows what the hell double O flour is. Like, oh, it's a very fine milled flour and it's like all purpose in a sense. But honestly, I'm gonna be so real, I don't know. I just know that it's a more fine flour that's used in a lot more like in like European cooking. Real pasta? Yeah, we're making the real pasta today. And I have a pasta extruder, I have a pasta machine, so yeah, we're being pretty authentic today. That being said, there is going to be a lot of times today where I'm going to unfortunately have to mute because I'm using the machine, my little mixer here, and as you know or may not know, the mixer makes a lot of sound. So unless you want to be driven into deafness, I will try and save you guys the there we go. I'll try and save you guys your ear space, your ears from being destroyed here. So allow me to really quickly mute. I really wish I had a way to actually have the background noise of the my mixer to be not so loud, but kind of the nature of the beast. It's really loud to begin with, so has to be loud like this to start. That being said, I'm also going to take this time, I'm also going to measure out another pasta dough, so yeah, I'm going to be mixing another thing, just to let you know. Oh, come on, mute. Okay, I'm sorry, I can't really not be quiet about this. How are you guys doing today? I had the opposite of this today, instant noodles and bouillon. That's very cool, very nice. Yeah, it feels really weird to just be quiet but on stream and all doing this and that. I mean, it must be weird just listening to the background music, no? I'm sorry, I just gotta yap, I gotta speak a mind a little bit here. I kind of feel bad just you know what, actually, I want to drive you all to insanity as well, but not in the way that you were. So I'm going to actually continue to let this go, but I'm not muting, because I'm evil like that. But now I can actually talk to you, so hey, that's a plus, right? But right now, I am making my extruding pasta dough. It's weird. I didn't know this at first when I was looking into like extrusion pastas, but extruded pastas actually needs a very dry, wet sand kind of texture dough versus like your normal pasta dough. It's weird. Yeah, I bet you like the sound of it, don't you, you weirdos? You just like hurting your ears a lot, don't you? You like the sound, yeah? Well, you know what? You're gonna be listening it with me now. Cooking ASMR, let's go. Sure, yeah. I think it's a little loud for being just ASMR, but yeah, sure. I don't know, I don't really listen to ASMR too much. The closest thing to ASMR I ever really listened to is like the sounds of rain and whatnot. I usually listen to that to sleep too, you know? I'm getting closer with this. Annoying sounds of mixer free. Almost done, so that's a plus. Yes, that to look forward to. It's done. Texture of what's or ring, I guess. Rig. I don't know. It definitely is a sound, I'll say that much. And I can definitely hear it being an annoying sound at that. That's why I try and mute it whenever I can, but who cares? Do you care, chat? Do you care? Do you want me to mute myself? Do you really want to sit in the silence again? Sounds like a baby crying, oh my god. Okay, I don't think it's that bad now. Okay, hold on. And if anything, you're right. It is a baby. It's my baby. I love this thing. It makes making bread so much easier. You have no idea. I love this thing to death. This thing makes the life so much easier. Dough baby. Wrong baby. That is Minna's baby, not mine. Does hers also? No, it more or less makes like actual like human baby noises. Ugh. I can only imagine how it would be to have that. Ugh. Having a small, like, mini, like, human creature. Ugh. Too much work. So I respect what she does. But hi, yeah, that seems like way too much work. I'm fine with having my weird babies, you know, my dough babies, my mixer babies, my food babies, I guess. I don't know. Having like an actual baby, overrated. No, don't. Keep talking. Keep talking about what? I don't know what you're referring to, but either way around it, I have made my extrusion dough, which is funny because, you know, it's kind of crumbly. You wouldn't really think of this to be dough, but lo and behold, it will turn into a lovely pasta dough. I mean, a lovely, like, spaghetti. Fun fact for those that may or may not know, spaghetti is not cut. It is extruded. Really interesting, yeah. But the pasta dough here is quite stiff, actually. I might need to actually add some... add some water to it. Or maybe it's good and I'm just messing with it too much. Oof. No, it is definitely too stiff. Alright. Go. Getting there. It's getting there. Getting closer yet closer. I mean, don't mute yourself? Okay, fine. Then I'll continue playing these horrendous sounds in your ears. This is what you came for, yeah? This is what stream's all about, right? Because I tell you this is stream. This is gonna be pretty much like 50% of stream today. Ah, yes. Isn't this the thing you want to listen to on like a nice Sunday night? You just got back from work and it's like, ah, yes, nothing makes me more excited and happy to get home from work to listening to the sounds of a mixer and this weird like guy just in this weird ass entity just like, oh yeah, hi, I'm here, I'm on the bottom right here, hello, hi. Just a normal Sunday, yeah? Alright, hold on. I'm actually gonna mute myself. It's gonna get really loud. Actually, you know what? No. You're in here with me now. We're in this together, so you must deal with how loud this gets. Yes. Isn't this lovely? Once more, after a nice Sunday like morning or afternoon, you come back from work and then you tune into my stream and you hear this. Oh, isn't it lovely? Grand even. Amazing. Glad to have you all here. I'm so happy. I'm so glad that you're allowing me to destroy your ears by just making pasta dough. Thank you for being here. You be watching anything else right now? I don't know. Music in the background? Something. But no, you're here listening to me. Oh, this fell off. That's not good. Oh, we're close though. Okay, hold on. Ugh. Sounds. Oops. I don't really know how if I can. I'm not sure if you can even hear the sound. But like, oh, the sound is so squishy. This is the part of the making of the pasta dough and all that whatnot, but ugh, sound. Okay. Alright. I think it is almost to pretty much to maybe to kinda. I'm not exactly sure. I'm still... I mean, honestly, as much as I know, I might have screwed this up, actually. But I'm stubborn, and I don't feel like admitting to failure like this because it's a lot of ingredients, a lot of high-price ingredients. So I'm gonna try to salvage it as best as I can here. Not like it's impossible at that, too. I just gotta put a little bit of that elbow grease into it, yeah? Didn't even work today. Oh, that's right, it's a Sunday, yeah? Most people don't work on Sundays. I forgot weekends were a thing. Get those. Alright, going back on. So close yet so far. It is softer now, so that is a plus. It's getting to the texture I want it to be. The thing about pasta dough, it's always something that you have to play by ear, or by eye, or by feel, or whatever that gets you the idea of like, oh yeah, you gotta have to just mess with it as you go. That's this. Also a little terrified, because I know if I accidentally turn this on as it's mixing, oh, I'm breaking a bone. No exaggeration, that's probably gonna get me to have to stop stream and then go to an ER or something. I'm not sure if the home mixer will be that strong, but I know that if this was like a mixer at my job, or a mixer that's just more industrial, oh boy, that is gonna hurt like a mother trucker. Alright. Yes. Almost done. Okay, I think that's good actually. Huzzah! Took a little bit of a while, a little bit longer than I wanted it to take actually, honestly. Real sticky, but exactly what the consistency I'm looking for. Yahoo! Alright. Yeah, I gotta make space now. Every single time I do one of these streams, or if I want to have fun in the kitchen, or just generally in a kitchen, it's always a monopoly for space around here. Ugh. But yeah, here is the pasta dough. I'm just trying to mix whatever I can right now. Give it a bit of a knead even. But it's like real sticky. Alright. I will now put this in the Alright. I put the lad in containment. And yes. Gotta wash my hands, sorry. Well, hey, the worst part is kind of over. That's one of like 2 worst parts we have to go through. Everything else should be smooth sailing from here on out. Hopefully. Maybe. I'd like to think to myself it will be. Because, well, I'll be honest, we have to probably use the mixer like once or twice more. But hopefully, maybe, kinda thinking, I'm not really sure. It shouldn't be that loud. Good, that's a good kinda scrape. Consistency. Yes, alright. Words. So hard to come by. Anyways. I'm intrigued to see how I'm going to be able to do this because I actually haven't used this thing in so long. I don't even remember the last time I used this thing. But I have currently... Here, let me show you this. This is my extruder. This is the thing that makes and extrudes pasta. It's quite cool. It's fun. His name is Harold. And yeah, I'm gonna essentially how it works. You just throw stuff in this little compartment right here, and pasta comes out on the bottom here. It's quite simple, but you're not gonna be able to see the whole process because I don't got enough space to show you. I apologize, but you'll see pasta appear out of nowhere right here. So, ooh, isn't that gonna be fun? All right. Let me see. I need to put some semolina. Here we go. Yeah, I don't really have much to really talk about. I don't know. I don't really make fresh pastas that much, if that's something you want to hear. If you want to hear me banter and chatter about making fresh pasta. Because I do like fresh pasta. I believe fresh pasta is sometimes better than dry pastas. Not all the time, I will say. There are some times where I would prefer dry pasta versus wet, but either way around it, it is quite nice when you have the chance to make dry pasta. It's just a little bit of a pain, I will say. Especially right now. Why are you not coming out? Come on. Why isn't it coming out? Is it locked? No, it's there. Why aren't you coming out? Oh, now it is. Now it's coming out. There it is. You can't see it, but trust me, pasta's coming out now. Ugh. What a mess. Ugh. Okay, maybe I need to do this because I'm realizing minor issue, minor at most. What? Ooh, how I hate dried pasta. It is coming out though. Just not as quickly as I'd like it to. think it's jammed. There's a part of me that's thinking that something is not incorrectly. Investigations. Alright. Let's see. What's the jam? What's the issue here? Hello? Like, come out. How do I out again? That's how. Okay. Yeah, there's the extruder. It's coming. It does push stuff out, so it is working. Is it too cold? Is it too wet? Is it too dry? Hell do I know? Maybe it's stuck. Maybe it's too wet. Who is to say? Hope this doesn't take as long as I'm really thinking it would have taken today. I wanted to make like 4 pasta sauces because I'm extra like that. And I actually really want to try and make tortellini. I'm not sure if you lot know, but making tortellini is actually fairly easy. The hardest part is making the pasta dough. The second hardest part is, rolling out the dough, but then making the shape for it is actually fairly easy. It's not that hard as you would think it to be. So, I'm not sure if there's some reassurance in that idea. But I'm currently now trying to fix my holes here. They seem to be a bit stuffed with dough. Maybe it's too wet. Maybe that's the issue. Thing did say to me like moderately wet sand, and it's kind of like not moderately, but it is definitely wetter than like wet sand, if that makes sense. I wonder what it's gonna look like if I just. Noted. It's a little bit too wet. Alright. Alright, let me see. How do I take this stuff off? It's always so fun to do. I hate doing these kinds of pastas. Mostly just because I don't have experience making them very often, so I'm very prone to making issues. Though, still, I have to say, goddamn is it hard when it doesn't turn out right. Because then it's like, gonna get a clogged mess like this, and then this and that, and I gotta clean out the entire thing again. And then I gotta probably make more pasta dough. The world's over. Cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria. I don't know. I gotta kind of dig into this now. It is really caked up. Ugh. Okay. Well, yeah, as I am cleaning this out, have you guys eaten anything today? Have you guys done anything today? Have you guys been doing stuff? Have you been eating well, drinking well, sleeping well? If you haven't been sleeping well, don't worry. I haven't been sleeping well either. I don't know why. The past few days, I have just not been able to get a single, like, good hour of shut-eye. Horrendous, I must say. I wish I could get better sleep, but I guess it's a hard thing for me to get. ate breakfast and played games. Hey, that sounds like a good day. A simple day at that, but it sounds like a grand day nonetheless. I can't really complain, that sounds like an ideal day for me, honestly. Sit around all day, play some games, get ready to just having some fun time to relax, R&R, before, I guess the new week begins, yeah? So that's how work usually works, right? Right. Finally, got the clog fixed. Now, to address the other issue, is now with the idea that this might be too big? Not too big, too wet? It's back together again. Come on. There we go. Okay, that attachment goes on. Then this goes here until it clicks. Bottom. Ooh. Yep. Move. That back on. And now the issue is the pasta dough. Now I actually probably have to take some out, put some in. Do I have any more? I'll just use some AP. I don't have so much more semolina, unfortunately. Okay, maybe that's a bit much. Well, I never claimed to be a smart person, but this is now what I have to deal with. Yeah, hopefully that should work. Now it's fairly dry. I have a few clumps of here and there, but it should be fine. Alright. Round 2. Hopefully, maybe. No, I should probably put the bowl here so I stop making such a goddamn mess. Ugh. Have you been playing, what is it? Have you been playing Stalker all day? Didn't they make another Stalker game? Can't quite remember. I remember you pandering about it some time, but I don't know. Oh, wait. Put the little cutter on. Get on. Yeah, they made a Stalker 2. Any good? Or is it like most sequels? It's not really that good versus the first. Uh-oh. That didn't sound good. That sounded like something broke, actually. Oh. Yes, I think something broke. Let me continue to let it go. You know what? I might as well just let it go at this point. It's probably broken. If it's not, we'll find out. Alright, something's not right. Alright, did I break my machine? To be fair, this thing was like really cheap when I got it. Wow, it's stuck. Oof. Alrighty, let's see, what did I break this time? It's a newer gen game. It's good. I don't think it's as good as the original trilogy. Ooh, yeah, I see what broke. Ooh, no. Okay. Okay, I should... Oh, jeez, it is tight. Okay, it's definitely broken. I hate this thing! Extruding pasta is always a hard thing. I never understood it. I can never understand it to begin with. Okay, counterclockwise is how you loosen something, right? It's counterclockwise, right? Or is it clockwise? Righty tighty, lefty loosey, so it's like counterclockwise? Yeah, I'm just gonna toss that. Oh, geez, this thing is really stuck on there. Oh, shoot. How do I suppose on getting this free? Counterclockwise is usually to open, yes. Well, I don't think I'm strong enough then. Yeah, I think this thing is busted. Oh, man. That's annoying. Didn't really like this thing to begin with. Maybe that's me coping because now this thing is busted and broken. Yeah, no, I can't get this thing free. It is done. Alright, to the trash you go. I never liked it anyways. It was garbage to begin with. Well, I don't trust this silly technology, this cheaply made piece of plastic. I'm upset. Nope. Not at all. Nope. I don't get upset. Pissed? Well, a little. But that's not upset. It's just being a little... whatever. Alright. So anyways, back to making fresh pasta. Cause hey, although that didn't really turn out, and I unfortunately now have a broken pasta machine, I still have this. I still have the original pasta dough, which I know is gonna work because it's a recipe that is tried and true. It works very nicely. The dough is very simple. It's nice, it's soft and supple, and it's actually the way it should be. I hate Okay, into the trash it goes. And now I can actually make some real pasta, because this is the only way I know how to make pasta, really. I'm gonna get a little bit of OP, because I don't feel like using semolina. Or double O. Semolina and double O are too expensive for me to use as dusting flours. I just need to use it to make sure this dough don't stick. And just to show if I somehow can, machine is set up right there. So unfortunately, you are not going to be able to really see it too much. I will try to show it, and on the bright side, it's not that loud. It's actually quite quiet. So that's a plus, right? Because all you hear is going to be this. That's all you're going to hear. Nothing more, nothing less. So, I'm just going to get myself some dough. And I'm going to do some laminations. It's kind of funny, because I know that the laminations are important when you make pasta, but hell do I remember why that's the case. It's supposed to make it more chewy, or like not crunchy, chewy, or like I don't know. It's al dente. Hell, I'm not really sure. It's something to do with texture, and like hell, well, do I actually know what it is? Never pay attention to like making pasta, because it's just kind of it's just kind of something that just happens in my head. I don't know. I don't really think too hard about it. Which is kind of funny. It's kind of how I make food in general, and kind of how it works if I want to make good food. If I want to make good food, I gotta not think. The more I think about it, the harder it is, and then it usually comes out a lot worse than it should be. But if I just don't think and just kind of go at a whim, then yeah, it turns out a lot nicer. Just like how this is, actually. It's actually turning quite nice. Wow. It's like I know how to make pasta. It's like, I guess I'm Italian now. I don't know. Although I'm not going to be able to make one of the pastas I wanted to make, I still can probably make 3 others. I can't remember the pastas exactly what I wanted to... The exact pastas I wanted to make. I know I wanted to make, what is it? I wanted to make, Here, I'm gonna move it real quick. I wanted to make, what is it? Tortellini. I wanted to make tortellini. I thought that'd be kind of fun to make. I think tortellini is a very easy pasta to make. It's just that you kind of have to know how to make it to really get that ball rolling. And I can show you how to make it. Actually, a lot easier than you would think it would be. Okay. Got 2 pasta sheets, but they need to be even thinner. I want to make a fettuccine. Because I want to make a nice fettuccine dish for myself. Yard. And probably 1 or 2 more of these. Yep, this should be the last one, the last roll. Ah, there we go. Nice, good old long sheet. Half though, because that is a little long. But I still want it pretty. This is still relatively long if you think about it. Relatively long when it comes to like your pasta shapes and all, your long pastas and whatnot. They're more or less gonna be like this long. But I like having a little fun, you know? Despite my own demeanor, I do like to have a little fun. Would you believe it? Okay, fettuccine. So another attachment here. Manual machine more, they're more trustworthy. Hopefully it's not too thin. Ah, perfect. There we go. Some fettuccine. Fettuccine. Alright. There we go. A little locket of this. I've seen some videos of like how like okay. I've seen videos of how like people make like pasta, more like high-end pastas and whatnot. Apparently some people actually do let them like set up and dry, which is pretty cool. Just letting it hang out for a bit, but like room temp, room temp. They just let it sit out, just hang. And apparently that dries it out. Well, obviously it dries it out, but it also makes the texture of it a lot softer, or something like that, or chewier. One of the two. It improves texture in some regard. Do I remember in what regard? No. But it's definitely some regard. Either way around it, it's a texture ordeal. That is all I can remember. I don't feel like being that extra today. I'm already a little upset. I have to throw away my pasta machine that I granted I never used it, but still, it's a wasted commodity. And I didn't really want to see it be wasted, but it's not like I really used it to begin with, so it's kind of being wasted to begin with. If you really think of it. But yeah, I'm very excited for making this today. Very rarely do I actually treat myself to making fresh pasta. Really am a huge believer of like fresh pasta is kind of a luxury. Like really good quality fresh pasta, I believe it's a true luxury to have. It's delicious. And I really don't know how to explain how it tastes versus like your dried pastas and whatnot. But the best way I can really explain it is that it just feels better, for one thing, the texture's better, and it just kind of tastes more fresh, if that makes sense. Probably do maybe 1 or 2 more sheets of fettuccine, and then I'm gonna do spaghetti, angel hair, one of the two. I'm also kind of thinking about this now because I wasn't thinking about this, a few moments ago not moments ago, but the beginning of stream. Because I didn't think it was going to take that long, honestly. I really did not think that making pasta was going to take this long. But now I'm kind of worried because I wanted to make 3 sauces because I'm extra like that, but I might not end up having the patience to. Who's to say? I might. We'll see. Not truly sure, but maybe. Maybe I'll have patience. Revving up the rat engine, but it sounds ill. I always think of it like that. Always like a fun sound to hear. When you are able to like crank it real quick. Okay, should be able to do one more test. And hold that. Alright, that's that. Fettucine. Or if I really wanted to, this could be actually lasagna. Big ol' long sheet. Actually would be perfect for some lasagna though. It really would. Unfortunately, that is not the thing I am trying to make today. Have you lot ever tried making fresh pasta? I know this, I would imagine that this is not a very commonly done thing. I don't feel like normal people really have these kind of things. Let alone people have the patience to do this as well. Because when did I start today? I started at like what, 4:30? 5:20. It's almost 5:30 at this point, so been doing this for an hour. Though to be fair, finagling with that one thing was probably a good hour, so it's kind of where that time's been, but it does take a little bit of time. It's very much a labor of love. I want to try one day. Well, it's very easy. I know like egg is kind of quite the precious commodity nowadays, but you don't actually have to use egg. You can use the water if you really wanted to. Egg is not a necessity. A lot of fettuccine. I'm probably making a lot of Italians upset by just saying that, because that just... Why am I saying it like that? Okay. I'm now going to be making spaghetti, because that's fun. Or angel hair. The finer attachment. I don't know what the hell it really is. I hope what you lot would understand at this point with how very in-depth I am about when it comes to cooking. But when it comes to cooking, I don't know what I'm doing. But I believe whenever I cook, it is, a part of it is a little bit more educated, I will admit. I am a bit more educated when it comes to cooking. Went to school for it, goddammit. Paid a whole college tuition. I paid a college tuition for it. But I do know my way around it a bit. That being said, even though I know my way around it a bit better than I do baking, I actually feel like I know a lot less about cooking than I do baking. I don't really experiment with cooking too much, just because for one thing, I never really write down recipes, so it's really hard to get, like, I guess, a sense of consistency in that regard. If anything, when it comes to cooking, I just kind of wing it. I just go like, okay, gotta throw stuff in a pan, look up a general recipe, and kind of run with that. But other than that, there's really not much of anything else I really do. It is pure intuition. But unfortunately, sometimes, a lot of the time, most of the time, that intuition is not very good to begin with. But I do know my way around spaghetti, at least. And, like, pastas and stuff like that. I'm fairly knowledgeable with it. I'm not the most knowledgeable. I can definitely say with all the confidence in my heart that I'm a lot more competent with, a whole lot more competent when it comes to my, my doughs and whatnot, when it comes to like pizza and what is it, pizzas or breads and stuff like that. But when it comes to this pasta ordeal, I kind of get a little worried. I know my way around it to a point, but I'm not very good at like pastas, for example. I would like to get better with it. I would like to be I would like to be the carb king one day. Just having the knowledge to make really, really good carb-based foods. Carbs are a really easy way of happiness in life, and I don't believe anyone in here can deny that. It's like, I like to think like carbs are like the sweet, are like the savory means of like sugar in that regard. Or like, you know how sugar is like, oh, you shouldn't have it very often, I like to think that, shoot, I like to think that carbs are kind of held to that same degree in a sense. Not exactly, but I feel like you could probably get the point. Always so pretty. Love this like look of it. I believe this is angel hair technically. Not really spaghetti. Either way around it. It will be delicious and yummy and tasty and anything else of the regard. So yes. I'm gonna try and do one more thing, but it's gonna probably be a little bit more difficult. Because as I've said today, I would like to make tortellini. Tortellini is not exactly a hard pasta shape. I'd go as far and debate that tortellini is easier to make than like raviolis, for instance. Raviolis kind of have a what's the word? Kind of need to be a bit more on the ball when it comes to making raviolis. But when it comes to making tortellinis, I feel like it's a lot easier. Okay. I will mention for today's stream, I was thinking about making like all these kind of pasta sauces. Like I really wanted to try and make like a authentic carbonara. But the issue about making an authentic carbonara is that you need to get something called guanciale. It is a cured meat. It is like bacon, but it isn't bacon, you know? Guanciale, it's okay. It's like a more spiced up bacon to really like, I don't know, to really simplify what it truly is. It's almost like pancetta in a way, but not exactly. Keep bumping into you guys, my bad. I'm bad, I'm sorry. Also, I'm just kind of throwing the question out there just to get the conversation started, you know? But I'm not sure if it's just me, but like I feel like if you were to do like a, let's say you're having like a date night or something, like a first date or something, and you offer to like cook food or something, I think one of the coolest like foods you can kind of impress someone with is making pasta. I don't know, I feel like that's like really impressive to show like, oh yeah, I know how to make fresh pasta. Maybe just because it's such a simplistic thing on paper, but then it's really, really hard to master and make delicious and all that. But when you do make it right, it just is so, so good. Who knows? I don't know, I've never been on a... Well, okay, well, I actually have technically been on one date in my life. It was really awkward. Actually, the funny thing is, I actually went on this said date this year, so, wow. Yes, I was, not this year, sorry, last year. I'm still trying to get into the new year and all that. But it's kind of funny to say that out loud. Yeah, I got a date within the last year. It was my first one. Oh my god. It took me this long. But, yeah, it was weird. It was awkward. I don't know. It's like dating is such a strange thing. I don't understand it fully. Or maybe this person was also very awkward and strange, just like myself here. Alright. nice long strip here. Finally break this down. Oh yeah, dating is gay. That is very true. Dating is very gay. That's why I don't like it, I guess. What is that supposed to mean? Don't ask. But yeah, dating was the I guess I can talk about it. The first date I've ever been on. It wasn't good. I will say it was bad. And I don't want to say it was completely my fault, because I would like to believe that I tried my goddamn best, you know? I tried to, because here, I'll tell you what was going, because it was, I will say, I imagine it was like a normal date. You know, I tried to think of like a nice normal place to go, and there was like a nice little market where you could go around, walk, eat food, this and that. And it's like, you know what? Why not we go here? So I messaged the person like, hey, you know what? Do you want to try and do this? And they were like, yeah, sure, let's do that. The time of date comes, and we meet, we say hi. I'm very old-fashioned, I guess, because I brought flowers, I said, hi, nice to meet you, and this and that. And, what is it? Yeah, we go in. We go into the place, and it's like, oh, are you interested in anything? Have you ever been here before? And they're like, no. And it's like, oh, okay, well, what kind of food do you like? Do you want to eat something? Is there something you want to eat? It's kind of a marketplace where you can try and taste new foods. It's pretty nice, but they were like, no, I'm fine. So I'm kind of now at this awkward point now, because like the entire point of the date is to like, oh, we're gonna go eat some nice food and this and that. We'll go sit down somewhere and eat. You know, I don't mind paying, but yeah, I didn't get to that point. I didn't even think about that. It's just like, oh wow, this is strange being on a date. Ugh. But we ended up just kind of just walking around awkwardly, meandering around. It was just very simply said, awkward. But it's like I tried bringing up conversation. I tried talking to them. Like, surprisingly, I'm not sure if this is. This is a very strange revelation, as I very much don't like to talk right now. Like, I feel like I sell myself short in the sense of like, oh yeah, I don't talk. Blah, 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 blah. But like in real life, I feel like I do love to talk. It's just that more often than not, when I do stream, I'm focused on something else, and I can't really think about like, oh yeah, so blah 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 blah, this and that, and also just how my my case in point, my brain just doesn't work. It just stops, it crashes, just completely, just abruptly stops thinking, no thought, head empty, blah blah blah. I should actually, yeah, because this is not big enough for the ring. Hold on, let me do that. So wait, what was I talking about? I was talking about the date still, I think. So I think I would like to think I tried my best when it came to the date. Like I tried talking to them, bringing conversation, but they seemed like genuinely disinterested, which I don't really care about. It was like, I guess a first date and this and that, and it's like, oh, well, it's not really much to talk about. I guess there would be a sense of awkwardness, but I feel like maybe a bit of a take, but I feel like if you go outside and you want to go on a date, it's actually nice to engage. In a weird roundabout way, it felt like I was streaming when I was on this date, because you know, I was pretty much trying to talk and do this and that, and then no one else would respond. She would not respond back to me. Maybe I was not interesting enough. I don't know. I really think that maybe I was the problem, but at the same time, I'm shifting blame. I'm not gonna lie. 100% try to shift blame because I feel like I did try. I don't know. But either that did not go in a second. I think they wanted to, which is like, hey, you know what? I'm glad you had fun. I did not. So hey, I know what I like at least. I can confidently say, with no nonsensical thought or second guessing in my brain. I do like to learn about someone, I suppose. You know, actually, just because, you know, Bush, you're calling dating gay, this implies that maybe you have experiences. Have you ever been on a date? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna call out everyone in chat. Who has been versus hasn't been on a date? Who has been on a date before? I'm going to imagine maybe one of yous, if not none of yous, because first of all, you're watching just some random... You're watching a VTuber make pasta on a Sunday night. Like, come on. What are you doing here? I'm calling yourself out just as much as I'm calling myself out. But like, we both know we could be doing something a lot more interesting. This was probably what I was gonna be doing to begin with, just because, well, this is gonna be my dinner. My next few dinners. A roundabout way, I'm just meal prepping, but in a fun way. But yeah, maybe not so much for me, just because, well, I have stuff to do, and fun stuff, I would think. I don't know. Sweep up right now. A wee bit of dust and stuff. Right. Yep. But it's kind of funny to think a bit about this now, because I'm thinking about this out loud now. But like, kind of funny to think that in a way, streaming kind of made me good at dating in a weird way. Just because, you know, I try and spark some conversation. Like, oh, you know what? We'll just start easy. Wow, how about that weather, huh? Pretty cold, huh? You know, try to start some conversation, I suppose. If it ever so happens you get to talk to a brick wall, then like you can at least try to initiate some sense of conversation, yeah? I don't know. And the unlikelihood that this said person somehow finds this person that, you know, that is the thing, you know, here. Nothing against it. Nothing against said person. I guess, I don't know, I'm needy. I'm a needy bitch. Alright. Okie doke. So I have a really thick tomato sauce right here. And I'm essentially just gonna make it very simple, like filling here. So I'm just going to be putting a lot of this really thick tomato sauce. Like, it's thick. I would like to think it's pretty goddamn thick. So, got a little bit of that. I'm throwing that in there. I'm gonna throw a bit of this ground beef. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Alright, sorry about that. It was me all along. Wow. Didn't know. So, wait a minute. Oh my god, you're transgen? No. Yeah. You're just like, what is it? You're just like, Bento. Oh my god. You know, I was gonna actually try to make, ricotta today. I kind of feel stupid because I went out to even get the things to make ricotta, but I'm honestly, right now, lazy. Well, too lazy right now. Maybe I'll want to make it later, but right now, let me just make these tortellinis first. I'm not sure if most people would cook the mix. I myself am not gonna cook the mix because I'm probably gonna simmer it for long enough to where it won't really be an issue. But now I'm having a bit of anxiety now of like, yeah, wait, maybe I should cook this off a little bit, or at least brown it a little bit, you know? In a fucked up world, I'm just thinking, oh, what if I microwave this? Yeah, you know, this tomato beef patty. Why not I microwave this ordeal? Mmm. I'm gonna do that now. That would be a little sad. So I'm just gonna throw a big ol' beef patty into the pan here. Into the frying pan. This really is just one big ol' patty. One big ol' beef tomato patty. Yum yum yum. It's so weird. It's so red. You would think that it's like dyed. But it's not. Not sure if this is actually a dumb question, but this is a genuine question I do have. What kind of sauces would you eat with a tortellini? I never really had tortellini growing up. I never really ate tortellini too much. Hell, I never even really ate raviolis or anything like that. The most I would eat is like, I guess spaghetti, angel hair. Other than that, those were pretty much the only pastas I would actually find myself to actually eat. So, I never really was interested in eating a whole lot of stuff back then. But now I kind of regret it, not having that in the programming, if you will, because Everything I think of is kind of like outdated in a sense. You know, I'm just thinking about a lot of things. The brain is slowly waking up from sleep mode. But really am thinking about, I need to go through my kitchen as well. Because my kitchen has a lot of junk that I really should get rid of. Like this. This is a pastry blender, and I don't use it at all anymore. I would really only use it for like, what is it? Pasta? Not pasta, sorry. Why would I use it for pasta? I really only use it for like, it's gonna come to me, hold on. I really pretty much only use this thing for pie dough, but now I found out I have this new way of making pie dough, and it's using like a cheese grater, and it turns out a lot nicer than using a pastry blender. Even at that, I just don't even really use this thing to begin with, to where it's even useful. So like instead of actually like cleaning it today, I might actually honestly throw it out. That and also the things are kind of bent. They're bent inwards. Which is not just frustrating, but a little difficult to work with as well. Yeah, I'm not cleaning that shit. I'm just throwing it out right then and there. Okay. Well, most people who are smart, most people that know how to make pasta, and this and that, would probably be smart. And let it cool down before making it into an actual, like, ravioli. However, I am not like most people. In fact, I would like to think that I'm very dumb. So I'm just gonna make the tortellini right away. It was actually quite easy to make a tortellini. You get a round or square disc, and then you put your filling in the center here. Once you have that, you kind of have to wet down one side. And this is kind of the easy part. You just simply have to stuff it. Well, close it. Close it up. Close up the ends here. Make sure you get the air pockets out. Liquid's out too, I guess. Then seal it shut like that. And yeah, you basically have like, you know, a dumpling, if you will. Simply said, you have a dumpling. But to make this into a, whatchamacallit, to make it into a tortellini, have it on its side, have this all pressed up, push the center in, close it, and then have the two tails here meet. Go. Little beef tortellini. There you go. Little guy. Little beef tortellini. That's one of many. Now to make more. I'll have to make a send a picture of, take a picture of it when I do it. But what is it? For the workplace, I actually ended up making like, what is it, 50 of these? Which is quite funny because like I'm very much often foreseen as like the what is it, the bread guy, and we actually have a person that's very much into pastas and whatnot. But what is it? I don't know, I guess it was really weird to see the bread guy become the pasta guy, because as much as anyone else would know, I'm not really very knowledgeable when it comes to pasta. I know my way around it, like as you can see, I can do it okay-ish. I'm not the best at it, it's not really a focal point of intrigue for me. I'm not very much interested in making stuff on pastas and whatnot. Granted, the only time that I will be interested in making it is that if, XYZ really likes this. So then, yeah, I will make that. There's a few people I know that really, really loves, like, raviolis, tortellinis, etc. and etc. I'm not really a huge fan of it. Because I personally am just very boring, I guess. Because I just really like, just having the pasta shape itself. I think it's more fun to see it as like, oh, I like a spaghetti, or I like it as the penne, or the rotini, or stuff like that, you know? I feel like almost in a way, like, doing a tortellini or whatnot is kind of really extra. I don't know. But, I do wonder, do kind of wish that there was an Italian in chat, because I would love, love, love to ask, how am I doing? I need to ask, like, a Italian grandmother or something, I don't know. For a person that really doesn't make tortellini at all, and this is probably the second time in, like, probably 5 years since I've actually made tortellini. How am I doing? Would love to ask that. I mean, if I actually, you know what? I'll just throw it out there for chat for you lads. If you want to comment, if you want to say anything, I mean, how am I doing? For those professional tortellini eaters in chat, because I know they definitely do exist. I don't know. How do they look? Do they look good? Do they look bad? Do they look small? Do they not look good enough? Do they look tasty? Like, you gotta help me out here. I have no idea what I'm doing. Which is pretty much the epitaph of, like, everything whenever I'm in a kitchen. Oh boy, I don't know what I'm doing. I just have an idea. But just to talk about this, just because I do throw this around a lot too, I feel like if I ever am given a chance to, like, actually cook for some friends and whatnot, I feel like this is definitely one of those things I would want to cook for them. Just because, like, oh, making a fresh tortellini, that's, like, impressive, as I would think, because, well, not very easy to make these, you know? And also, it's like, I don't know, making fresh pasta like this is, like, so, it's really, I'm not sure if sought after is the right word, but it's, like, cool, you know? I think it's cool. I think it's really neat. If you can make really good fresh pastas, I think you're really cool, and I think it's really a really awesome talent to have. It's as useful as to juggle. Not necessary, but it's cool. Hi, Mahler. You just kind of jumped in at the right time. We are making tortellinis. You like tortellinis? If you do, well, you came in at the right time, because that is currently what I am making, as I've already said. And I do want to hurry this up, though, just because I'm worried. I know I dusted those other pastas really heavily, but there's always that thought in my head of, like, oh no, they're still going to somehow stick together. And especially since it's AP flour, it's most definitely gonna stick together. I'm trying to avoid that at all costs. Because when it sticks together, it's just a pain, because then you have to try and separate it without breaking it, and then if you break it, then it's like, oh no, it broke, and then I gotta try and fix it, and it doesn't really look as nice if it wasn't broken, and then it's just like, man, I don't really even want to eat this anymore, and it's like, I should probably eat something today, because I haven't eaten anything at all today, so it's like, yeah, I need to, you know, I need to lock the fuck in. I need to make sure that I can actually eat. Because I'm such a picky bastard. If it doesn't look good, I won't eat it. What happened? I will say, tortellinis are... well, just because... I don't know, they just look cool. That and also, like, they are kind of nice. A lot of pasta shapes are really, like, nicely designed. You know, it's weird to say designed, but the way that they're made, I suppose. Just because, like, oh, with a tortellini, for instance, you can kind of put the sauce in here and still have a nice little bit of the filling and eating the pasta and this and that. So it's like, it's an enjoyable bite, you know? But it is very fun, just pasta. Uh-oh, I think my white is showing. Oh, that's the right way. Yeah, it would have been nice to actually make this into like a meat and cheese ravioli. I don't really think I have any good substantial cheeses that would actually hold well with this kind of meat. My ricotta's really good, but I didn't really want to buy ricotta. I can't really make it because I'm really lazy today and I don't really feel like making it. Because that takes like another half an hour, and that's just a half an hour I just don't feel like putting in. I'm also doing this like, okay, I gotta like stand here because like I'm not really showing off me making the tortellini. Like that's kind of the point of what I should be doing right now. Oh, I should actually show you the whole process I'm doing here because why you're here, or at least I imagine. Unless you're here for some reason to listen to me talk, which is like weird. Nothing to talk about. Well, that's not really true. I have a lot of stuff to talk about. It's just a matter of if I can remember what I want to talk about. And the memory, the backlog, the things I would like to talk about. Just because, oh yeah, I would like to talk, but I'm kind of focused, locked in, if you will. I can't really think of things, the things I would like to talk about and the whatnot. And just like that, it looks like it had just enough filling, so that's a plus. Here we go. Next one. Okay. Ow, that hurts. That kinda hurts. No, wait, that does hurt. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't put that 1 and 2 together. Yeah, the pan that I cooked the meat in. Yeah, it's still kind of hot and kind of hurt. Jeez. Alright, here we go. Made a lot more than I thought I would, honestly. Didn't think I was gonna make that much to begin with. So anyways, can I have some pasta? Sure, yeah. Here, I just finished making some beef tortellinis. So you can have one if you want. Here you go. It's not cooked yet, but you can have one when they are. Hydration check. I should actually drink some water. It's been a hot minute, so thank you. Okay. Let me just get these guys dusted real quick and I'll put them somewhere else. I love eating raw pasta. You shouldn't eat raw pasta. That's not good for you. I think that's kind of an obvious thing. But still, no, don't do that. What's with like a lot of people and people I know of, VTubers, chatters, or etc., that like eating things they shouldn't be eating? What is it called? Isn't that like called pico? Isn't that called like a pica? Pica, something like that? Where you just have the tendency to eat things that aren't supposed to be eaten in the way that you're eating them in. I don't know. Pica. Yeah, hey, this is got a lot of pasta. Tortellini, some spaghetti, kinda, some fettuccine. Yeah, let me take a picture. But I think it looks cool. Okay, here we go. So, there is some stuff I wanted to do though. Well, some other pasta. Well, what's the word here? There are two sauces I wanted to do. I wanted to do a... Okay, this is... I don't know how to word this. So I wanted to do two things. I wanted to make... What is it? Fettuccine fettuccine chicken mushroom alfredo, because I love mushroom and chicken alfredo. I think it's really great. And I also wanted to do a pesto. I wanted to make a pesto with a chicken meatball, because I think chicken meatballs are underrated as hell. But once more, I kind of feel a touch lazy. For those that are also thinking about, oh, what am I gonna do for the tortellinis? I think I'm gonna do like a something called a nage. It's like essentially like a stock and butter sauce, but instead of using stock, I'm gonna use white wine, because that's fancy, right? Ooh. But let's see. I have chicken here. It's actually still frozen, funny enough. But I am going to cut it in the means of what I would like it to be used for. Also, I just kind of want to do this because it's fun. Just because, hey, you know what? I kind of do want to make, I'm going to move my pasta so I don't get it contaminated. What is it? I do like, I do acknowledge I'm not actually gonna, I don't have like a thing to make like chicken mince, chicken mince for my European. I know I don't really have the means to make, what is it? Ground chicken. My food processor I had is long gone. It is melted and shredded into, well, garbage. I had to throw it out, unfortunately. So that's kind of out of the question, but there is a way to actually make ground chicken by hand. Though it is a little tad bit tedious. But it also is kind of fun, so I'm kind of leaning to doing it. Also, isn't this kind of cursed how, like, chicken, this is a cubed chicken? A chicken cube, but it's perfectly cubed? Because it's kinda, what's the word? It's kinda frozen, so it's really, really easy to, like, what is it? Dice. But anyways, there is a way to like mince chicken, and you wouldn't believe it, but you would mince it. Like how you would mince like garlic and stuff like that. Like it's like that. And you know what? I don't think that's actually a terrible idea. Just because like, I don't know, a little bit more coarse like piece of chicken doesn't sound bad. Actually sounds quite nice, I would go as far and say. And there is a faster way to do it. But I want to do it like this first, and then I'll actually do it the way that is actually, I think how it used to be even done, I would say. Because, you know, you didn't really have these fancy grinders and this and that. Instead, most would actually get a knife, or if you want to be fast, you get 2 knives, and just go. I'm gonna change hands because the one is actually sharper. Kinda getting there. I just wish I was a little smarter and actually put like an anchor or something to actually make sure the board doesn't keep moving, but that's how it is. I'm not very smart, and I don't really think of it until hindsight rears its little head around. Alright, well, that is minced enough. Yep, I can definitely make these into meatballs. So, there we go. That is how you mince chicken by hand. Or ground chicken, sorry, god damn it, I'm fucking British now, god fuck! It's over. I'm British now, I guess. You know, I don't know why. Recently, I've just been really inclined to saying minced instead of like ground. I don't know. Ground meat doesn't make sense, but like saying it's minced kind of makes more sense. I don't know. Just like calling something ground is weird. Like, oh, why is it grounded? Why is it in timeout? Why did someone put it in timeout all of a sudden? I don't know. You need a mincer. I do have that actually. So, I'm not sure if you were here, Lung, but I actually have a mincer, a meat mincer. I used it when I actually made ground beef once on stream. I think I did it for a burger stream? I think that's what it was for. 50-50 on that. I'm pretty sure it was a burger stream I did. But, I don't know. Maybe you weren't here. Maybe you didn't see it. Who is to say? Okay. Anyways, I don't feel I need to explain how to make meatballs. When I think of like simple food, meatballs are upon that idea of like simplicity, you know? You're kind of just getting novel concept. You're getting ground beef and mixing it with a bit of breadcrumb. Wow. I don't believe it is a hard thing to wrap one's head around, so I don't feel the need to explain how to make one. You dig? Can't remember what kind of breadcrumb this is. Yes, the mystery breadcrumb that goes into the thing that I don't know what I'm exactly making, but it's going in there. I like putting a bit of oregano in there too. Do I have? Where's my salt? There's my salt. There I am. A little bit of salt, obviously, and also a bit of MSG because I like flavor. And you know what? I want to put a bit of gochujang in there because I like some hot flakes. But I don't have the normal pepper flake. Do I actually have any cheese? That's hindsight for me, I guess. I do have some Parmesan cheese, so that goes in. Alright. I remember you making burgers. Well, if you remember me making burgers, then surely you would remember me, what is it? Remember me mincing, grinding. You see, this is my brain just doesn't work now because like grinding, mincing, grounding, like you don't ground meat, right? I'm not crazy for thinking that. You don't ground it. You. Oh shit! What is it? You Hold on, I need to get there. Yeah, you don't really ground meat. You kind of grind it. But why is it called grind? Why is it called grounding or grinding in this sense? Like the words. I also want to put an egg and like parsley. Speckles. Needs to have the illusion of at least being a little healthy. So I actually have some dried parsley from my garden. Please. You know, when it actually comes to making meatballs, this is a good question for you lot. I'm not sure how many of you actually go take the time out of your day to make meatballs. But for anyone that does make meatballs, how do you guys usually make them? Because I know there's but there's usually two groups of people that make their meatballs. I'm also gonna make mini meatballs because these are gonna be for a pasta dish. So for pasta dishes, I like making them really small. Just because it's easier to eat. But usually there's two camps of people when you think about what is it? When you think about pasta, what is it? Shoot, I forgot what it's saying. Oh, there's two camps of people when it comes to like, no, well technically three, I guess. Three camps of people when you talk about making meatballs. You have the people that will fry them in oil. Like deep fry them to get that nice color. There's the people that will just sear them in the pan, call it a day, just do that. And then there's also a group of people that just throw it how it is into your crock pot and whatever and just call it a day. My mother was the latter. She would often just kind of roll the balls up and then just throw it into a pot of tomato sauce and call it a day. Let it cook for like 3 or so hours and they were good meatballs. Very good meatballs. But since I'm such a pedantic bastard and I love color, I like to fry them personally. And I know I have a lot of oil. And I'm very, very much interested in getting rid of it. So that is what I'm going to be doing. Essentially being frying the balls. Okay. Oh. Oh, I'm actually so glad and surprised that the pasta isn't sticking too much. What a magical turn of events. Let's see here. I got that. I know how to make Alfredo, that's easy to make. I need to make pesto! Oh no, oh shoot, oh no, do I have a mortar and pestle? Oh, frig. I wanted to actually try and make pesto like the right way. But I don't think I have a mortar or pestle. Which is fine. I know how to make do. There are other ways to mortar and pestle without a mortar and pestle. But it would have been nice to actually get the use of a mortar and pestle when I never use one to begin with. Today is unfortunately not that day where I get to use. So, I have a lot of basil. So I'm just going to make this in the simplest way one can when it makes when you make pesto. A whole lot of basil. I don't remember. Is it basil first? Make some Italian friends, methinks. So then I can get screamed and harassed by them when I make Italian food incorrectly. I don't know why, call me weird, but I kind of like getting harassed about food. Because usually if it's like harassed about food, it's like, oh, I'm doing it maybe wrong. And I like to learn, like, oh, how is it wrong? How can I do better? What do you mean wrong? Maybe you're wrong. I don't know. Maybe I should not do it in the thin metal bowl too. It's probably gonna... So anyways. I need garlic. Garlic here. I'm gonna use a spoon because that is gonna be the next best thing. And yeah, essentially I'm gonna be using this as my pestle. Not really a good pestle, but one nonetheless, unfortunate, that I can use. Actually, maybe not this. Maybe my knife. This will be really dangerous. Got it. Yeah, hey, this is a little warning for those that are wanting to make, what is it, pesto at home and don't have a mortar and pestle like me. Please, for the love of God, don't do this. Don't do it like this. You'll get either a good mortar or pestle, or get something with a nice flat bottom like my knife. But don't use a knife. I'm probably most likely going to cut myself today. And that is just because I am being an idiot. I could be smart. I could actually use something else like that wooden spoon and be safe. But I am what most people would say, a little stupid. I'm gonna put a little salt in here to help grind it a bit better. And I know I should. You know what? I can toast them. Got a little small pan here anyway, so it won't take long at all. Pan, a little little guys here. I'm gonna try and make sure I actually have some extra. I want to use some of it as fancy little toppings. A little loud, huh? Today is just supposed to be a loud stream then today, huh? The loud mixer, the loud clanking of the bowls, clank, 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 and all this and that. I'm sorry. This is just how it is. There we go. There we go. Now my garlic is at a nice, very fine paste. Just try to toast these guys up, try and get them nice and toasty and hot. And then I actually gotta do the same thing for these, for the nuts, the pine nuts. There we go. That should be enough heat. It's smoking, so that means it should be hot enough as is. Don't really need that much. Into the mix here. And it's just gonna become all the same. Into a nice fine paste. Okay, and now I think I actually add the basil. This is where I add the basil. I think basil's usually at the end when you do stuff like this, because if I did it a little earlier, it would turn brown and this and that, and wouldn't be as nice and fragrant and pedantic stuff. But yeah, this is now I just kind of where I just mash the basil. I'll add cheese later, but this is kind of the more important thing, you know. I feel like I should add more salt. Maybe that would help grind it a bit more, but I think I'll get there eventually. But this is actually like the proper way of how you're supposed to make, well, not this way, but this is in concept how you're actually supposed to make pesto. Because if you actually make pesto in like a blender, that's technically not pesto, that's kind of technically blendo. Because the thing about making a pesto is when you're mortal and pestiling, you know? That's kind of the reason why it's called pesto. Or at least that's what I'm thought to believe. It could be completely wrong, and I wouldn't know. But this is the kind of information I've been fed, so I'm just assuming it to be true. Not even information I found online, it's just information that I was taught in school too. So maybe my school was lying to me. I know my school has done plenty of that, so who's to say? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna be smart about this because I'm really thinking about it now. But I could just... This knife isn't actually that sharp, so actually if I just wrap this up here... Definitely works. But I'm definitely probably gonna ruin this towel too. Yeah, I don't want to ruin this towel. I like this towel. Like all my towels, I like my towels. I don't want to ruin it just because it makes my life easier for one thing. Actually, you know what? I think I should add cheese now. A little bit of the parm. And a bit of the olive oil. Yeah, and essentially at this point, you're just trying to really mash this into a really nice fine puree. Alright, actually just forgot about it, but remembered. I need to fry off my meatballs here. Ow, 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 that hurt. Okay, almost there. Really hoping that all this work is going to be worth it in the end. Like, I know it will, but there's always that little bit inside of me that's going to think like, you know, this is probably not as good as if I just kind of did it in a blender or got it from a jar or something like that. Though I'm not sure about the pesto, because I hear that doing it this way is genuinely better. But this is kind of my first time being willing enough to go this far for it. So, hey, I'm gonna be interested to see how this is gonna even turn out to be. It looks pretty good. I don't think there's any more I can do to that. That's pretty fine as is. Alright. And yippee, I didn't even cut myself too, so hey, that's a big plus. Well, on the bright side, now I can finally start cooking. Oh my god, I'm hungry. That's first clean though. Alright. I do feel like I should reiterate, because it has been, nearly 2 hours since we first started. And I don't really even think I explained what kind of pastas I was making. I just kind of said, oh yeah, we're having pasta. I'm making pasta today. Just sit around and find out what I make. But for me to be a little more transparent and a bit more clear, actually wait, give me 1 sec, I gotta put stuff away. Okay, so anyways, sorry, I keep running back and forth. I am making a chicken meatball pesto angel hair pasta. That is going to be the first order of business. Then I'm going to be making a mushroom chicken alfredo. And then I'm gonna do a light nage, what is it? My beef tortellinis with a light nage sauce. Ah, so fancy, huh? Alright, let me take a look-see here. I want to see if these meatballs are actually cooked all the way. Yeah, they're not. Gotta turn my oven on, actually, then. Okay, meatballs are done, and this is why I like to fry them, because that's a nice, beautiful color, if I do say so myself. Nice even color, you know? I move you away, because you're way too hot. Alright. I forgot mushrooms. Yeah, ready to go. Ah, finally, I can actually do some cooking now. I can actually get ready to eat some goddamn food. Oh my god, I've waited all day for this. So, first things first, I'm gonna get the... I'm gonna go put these in the oven, because they're gonna take time to cook, to finish. But now, move this over. Now, I gotta actually move some stuff. Move the camera in particular, so you can actually see more of the cooking. So the pasta water has been boiling for some time now. So I'm just gonna throw in all the fettuccine first. And at the same time, gonna get my other stuff cooking. I want to get my mushrooms cooked first. They take a long time to cook. Real nice and all that. I'm quite excited. This is gonna be a really nice pasta night. It's kind of funny. I had a hard time sleeping the other night, last night, because I was really thinking like, I'm really just thinking about fresh pasta and this and that. Like, wow, fresh pasta would be really nice at like 2 in the morning. Ah, I should wake up right now and make myself fresh pasta right before work today, because yes, that's what my logical kind of brain thinks. Realistically, I could probably pull that off too, but the thing of if I can pull it off, not really the if I can pull it off, it's more like, do I want to do that, you know? Ow. Boiling hotter. Boiling water do be kind of hot. There's actually a lot of pasta too. I'm really looking now. It's like, oh, dude, that's a shit ton. No, I would probably think that's too much even. You know, thinking about it now, does any of you actually do any of these hoaxes when it comes to pasta? Like, oh yeah, whenever you make pasta, make sure that you put oil in the water because it helps the pasta from not sticking. That actually doesn't do anything because water and oil obviously doesn't really form together, so that makes no sense to begin with. good. I don't know who came and started up with that. But they're really wrong, because that's not how pasta works. I mean, that's not how water works, first of all. Alright. Well, the pasta really doesn't take that much time to cook. That's the nice thing about fresh pasta. It takes seconds to cook, so... Take it from one pot and throw it into another. Well, not a pot, but I guess a strainer in this case. I don't really feel like getting more water hot and ready for the other pasta. So, that and also the starch. Starches are going to be very important for the pasta making today. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I would actually end up making more pasta. More pasta than this. Actually, a very reasonable amount. Might as well start sweeping up. Not really much mess, it's just more water splatters if anything, but still gotta sweep it up. I would say a clean kitchen's a happy kitchen, yeah? I remember this is Alfredo, because I want to make sure I make this correctly. You know, Alfredo versus, my pesto. Two completely different things, you know? You know, I'm also just thinking about this just because I'm already thinking ahead. I'm already thinking about leftovers and this and that. But like, what is it? You can make soup with tortellini, can't you? Making a tortellini soup doesn't sound too bad, actually. It sounds quite nice to make. Tortellini soup, very nice, be very fun. Hi, Bronzua. Hi. Hello. I made pasta. What's your favorite pasta noodle, Salty? Hold on. So, I got two answers for you because it's hard to really choose one good pasta out of like the 500 kinds of pasta shapes there are. It's hard to choose just one. So, I like spaghetti. I'm basic. I love myself spaghetti. And I also really, really enjoy, what is it? Spaghetti is one thing I really like. But I also really like rotini. Those two are my favorites, so I have a soft spot for the shell type. I don't really like the shell noodles. My mother would always make stuffed shells and this and that, which were always delicious and whatnot, but I don't know. I think I have I like rotini more, the spiral noodles. Those are just real fun to eat, and they just hold the sauce a lot more easily. And spaghetti is just like, it's spaghetti. It's like bread and butter. It's simplistic. It's minimalistic even. But it's so simple and it's delicious, and like, how can you go wrong with it? It's like, I love it. There's nothing wrong with it, so. But hey, Bronze, you actually got here at the right time. Got here to a time to where like the fun stuff is beginning, I guess. Because I'm actually cooking off the pastas now. I'm actually cooking the food now. So, yeah, we're into the fun part right now. Here, I can show you the other pastas because, well, yeah, here we are. I have the ability to, so I shall. Funny enough, the shell noodles my mom would always make would use them in soups. You see, my parents would always put, like, macaroni noodles in soup. So, maybe it's just a weird thing that our parents would do. I don't know. But I also made tortellinis. Look at these guys. I made these all by hand. I think they're pretty cool. So I got some tomato beef tortellinis. I got some angel hair pasta. Yeah. I'm going to be making 3 pasta dishes because I'm bored. And if you don't know, when I'm bored, I just cook a shit ton of food. So I made a handmade pesto. I'm doing a chicken meatball pesto spaghetti noodle with a bit of pine nuts as a topping. So there's that. Then I'm also doing what I'm currently cooking right now. I am making a fettuccine chicken mushroom alfredo. And then I'm gonna be doing a... Then I'm gonna finally cook a... the beef tomato tortellini with a bit of a simple white wine nage. So yes. Who eats all the food you make? Me. I eat it all. I live alone, so I don't really have anyone else to give it to. I gotta say, for someone that loves to cook and this and that and loves to bake, it's gotta be the worst things that... It's gotta be one of the worst things, let me tell you. I wish I had like my parents or something with me, or like someone to eat with me. It just feels so sad. I would go as far and say it feels really pathetic to eat on my own. So, I don't know. It'd be nice to have someone to accompany me on like a nice lovely meal as today. Or tonight, sorry. Tonight, whatever it may be, same difference in a way. Alright, gotta put my cooked mushrooms in a separate container, so now I can actually oil the pan again, and well, before I put the chicken in, I'm going to season it with a bit of salt right now. And throw a little salt now. There we go. It's true, food tastes better with other people. Yeah. On top of just like not feeling lonely too, you know? I accidentally very often make myself these huge feasts, and then I realize, oh yeah, I'm the only one eating them. It is always just so much nicer to eat it with like friends or family or something like that, you know? I also hope that the pan's not being too loud right now. It is what it is. I can't really control I cannot control the sound of the pan. It's just... This is just what it... This is cooking. The sounds you're hearing right now that might be loud, I don't know. I'm not listening to the audio, which is a bad thing, maybe. I can't hear a damn thing. So hey, if it's loud, let me know. I could try and fix it, but yeah. Alright, let that do its thing. I'm going to actually get some garlic powder. Do I have garlic? I have garlic powder. A little bit of garlic powder. I'll let that do its thing. Now then, my angel hair, spaghetti, whatever the fuck this kind of pasta is, I'm gonna throw that in my pot. There we go. Muscati. And now, from here, I'm gonna essentially kind of build my chicken mushroom Alfredo in this pan. And I can kind of start it now because the chicken is just barely pink. It'll get cooked as the Alfredo is cooking, so it will be fine. So it might look raw now, but trust me, it will be fine as I cook it. You know, this kind of reminds me of a funny thing that happened when I was in culinary school. There was a person next to me. We were cooking for the students because, well, you gotta feed the students somehow, right? But we were cooking for the students and whatnot, and we did like a turkey pasta dish or something like that. I don't exactly remember verbatim what it was, but the important thing that you need to know is that it had turkey in it. Almost. But yeah, they were making like a turkey pasta, but what they ended up doing is that they put the turkey in last. Like, they put the sauce in and this and that. They got the pasta in as well, and they cooked it all that. They cooked it all perfectly well and all that whatnot. The issue is when he put in the, when he decided to put in the turkey. For those who are ill-informed or may not know, first of all, I'm worried about you. Second of all, turkey needs to be cooked just like chicken. 165. No and ifs or buts. So, I didn't really notice it at first, but as soon as I kind of realized that, oh yeah, wait, what are you doing? Why are you just cooking it? Like, why are you putting in the turkey last minute? You're gonna make the entire thing, you know, contaminated and not gonna make it safe to eat. Lo and behold, they did not really seem to care, and lo and behold, once more, sometime the next day, there's a student going around saying, "Don't eat from this place. Don't eat from the current students and whatnot because I got sick." So, at this point, this sort of stuff wasn't really under my jurisdiction, nor was it really something I worried about, because I didn't really need to care or worry about something like this yet. But there's a bit of worry in the sense of like, oh, these are my fellow associates and stuff like that, and we're just fine with getting them sick like that? Gotta say, it really makes you wonder. And also, I'm also putting in some more garlic because when you make well, at least I feel, when you make when you're making a Alfredo sauce, there's two important things that you need to add. Garlic, cheese, and cream. So I just added that roasted garlic puree. That's gonna really, really, really take it up a notch. As like, I don't know, as like a cook, as like a star celebrity chef would say, like, oh, I'm gonna take it up a notch and add a little bit of this and that. Yes, because that's what all of them sound like, I guess. Now I already have my pre-cooked, not pre-cooked, but like, I already cooked. I'm actually gonna throw it under water so it doesn't stick this much. Would have preferred to awaken it once more in like, what is it? Okay, I'm actually looking at my pan here, and I'm thinking there is not enough space in this pan. This is gonna be a very crowded pan. Hold on. Gotta get my colander. Wait, I do need to save some of this pasta water because all that starchy saltiness is really good for help emulsifying sauces and all that. I'm trying to save some of it. Ow. Oh jeez, I don't have enough space for this. Ah, ow. Burning myself. I'm trying not to burn myself. Ugh. Alright. So I'm going to just change pans here because no way in hell is all of this gonna fit in this small out pan. So back in it does go, and now I'm gonna put in my fettuccine. Gonna just mix this up a bit. Hopefully it gets it nice and coated. I sure do hope I didn't put too much fettuccine in here. Like, oh shit. I'm thinking I might have accidentally put a little bit too much fettuccine in here. Oh wait, no, it's fine. And now I'm gonna put some of the pasta water in. There we go. Helps make the sauce thicken up a bit. Oh yeah, there is way too much pasta in there. Well, it's fine. More things to eat. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of cook this down now. I'll actually back a little as I can. I'll put on the back burner. Ah, burns. And now I'm gonna actually get the other pasta here. The nice thing, since this pasta is, you know, what it is, a little bit different, and cooking a, cooking pesto is a little different as well. First of all, I'm going to put the cooking liquid in there. Probably should take some of this out this time. Might be a bit too much. I don't want to do too much this one because I want to really make this one look. That should be good. And essentially, I just want to put my pesto in. Whole glob of it. But the thing about pesto, you kind of don't really want to add so much into it. You just need to really add enough, really. And actually, heat's not even on either because you don't really want to add too much heat. It could break the pesto since there's olive oil and all this whatnot into it as well. It could ruin the sauce. Actually, it looks like I need to actually add some water. Just plain, straight up water. And there we go. I'm actually... Oh! Well, that was close. Okay, some of it did Okay. Oh, that sucks. But that's gonna be a mess. okay, it is what it is, but not all of it fell out the pan. I don't even know how that happened. I swear, there's like a ghost in here. He thinks he's real funny. Alright. Well, anyways, I'm gonna just throw the pasta that fell out in here. Well, not the pasta that was exactly on the floor, but, you know, replacement pasta, if you will. I need a bit more water by the looks of it. Ugh. Okay, that looks good. Actually needs a bit of black pepper. There we go. Right, that here, that there. Need to check on this now. Right. Ah, they're good to go. So now, oh wait, yeah, the Alfredo. I need to put cheese in there. Bit of that, and I guess a bit of milk to help give it a bit more body. I feel like there is definitely a joke to be made here because there is a lot of like squishy sounds to make that are being made right now. There's a lot of jokes to be made right now, but I am simply not strong enough to make these jokes. Also, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to cook tortellini right now because I don't feel like getting water set. I'm really goddamn hungry. So, I'm going to eat first. I still do have a lot of noodle left over, so I'm just gonna throw it in a container. Save it for another day. Right then. Alright, that looks good. Okay. I'm gonna try and plate this. Trying to plate doesn't look nice now. This is gonna be the hard part. Because I'm really bad at making food look good. Pasta is a little bit easier, but at the same time a little harder. Well, one of those things. Okay. Gonna use my hands, I'm too lazy. Right. In the thing, sliding off. That's alright. And then, of course, the little bit of meatballs. There. 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 And there. Gonna throw the other guys on top here, might as well. Oh, yeah, that's right. I also wanted to put a few of these on top. Hopefully it is... Not hopefully, but to just make it a bit more visual appeal, which there really isn't much of, but hey. You know what? There we go. Here as well, might as well. And there we go. Ah. Chicken, meatball, pesto, pasta. I'm gonna try and clean up now because, I don't want to clean, I just want to eat. At least I don't want to clean that much. There's so much moving back and forth. I feel like an old man. Yeah, it's a shame I couldn't really cook the tortellinis though. I really was excited for that. But honestly, this is enough food for like at least a few days. So I shouldn't be too upset. Especially this, like holy cow, I made a lot of fettuccine. It's like how there's not enough time in the day to get something done. There's not enough space in my kitchen to get all these things away. Ugh. I actually have to clean. There is no space, nowhere, no how. Okay, and finally I can actually get to plating this thing. Okay, well, container to put it all in, because this is a lot. Ooh, there we go. That's definitely dinner for one night right there, or lunch. Here. Have space in my refrigerator now. That's a good problem to have, but still a problem. But you know what? No need to try and make this look nice. I think I'm just gonna throw it on the plate and just call it a night. Oh, wait, I know what I can also add to this to make it look nicer. Aside from a bit of black. And, of course, a bit of... I do also want to add... Might as well just add some of my dried parsley on top. Ah, a bit of green. It looks a little nicer than it did. There we go. Ta-da! Alright, I'm gonna take a picture though. These look okay. Alright. I just gotta throw all this stuff into thing because I want to, as much as I want to eat, I also just really don't feel like cleaning up. Oh my god, I really don't want to clean up. Or at least I want to minimize my cleanup at least. Alright. Well, okay, I'm done. We're done. Okay, it's done. I can sit down. No more. I know I got all this still here, but like pretend it doesn't exist for a moment. It's done. Ta-da! It's all done. Food made. Delicious. I was going to make garlic bread, but once more, time was not on my side today, so ugh. Actually, I need to feed these too now that I think about it. Ugh. More things I need to do. Ugh. But like, if anything, I'll just talk about like the smell. The smell is actually quite nice. The basil, the pesto smells really, really fragrant, which is usually one of the big things when you actually make pesto by hand. You kind of bruise the natural oils and whatnot. That makes it more fragrant. Smells much more nicer. That's like a real good benefit of why you would rather do it by hand than getting it like from a jar. Because usually when you get it from a jar, all that fragrance, the aroma is kind of gone. And it kind of makes the pesto very, very boring. It doesn't really have much depth to it other than like, oh, it's kind of basil-y. It kind of tastes a little bit of this and that, you know? I suppose... Okay, actually, you know what? I'm going to really quickly do something a little bit smarter because I'm just gonna take the pictures, post them real quick, and then I'm gonna sit down at a different area because I don't feel like it. I don't feel like sitting over here. Well, I want to go sit in that cozy, comfy chair. So give me a second. this is why I'm a bad VTuber. I really need to actually. I think I need to get a starting soon screen again. Or not starting soon. I'm like what's it called? I really definitely need to grab a what the hell is it called? A BRB screen. Really think I would need to get one just because there's a lot of times where I'm just like dead air, if you will. Alright, well, after much semantics and a, what is it? 3 hours worth of work, I get to finally sit down and eat some of this food, but hold on, let me grab the food. Let me get the pictures so they can actually see what I'm eating. To say at the very least, they definitely look like food, so that's a good sign. But, yeah. Very simple, very cozy sort of thing. Doesn't need to be... I definitely think, like, goddamn, I'm really bad at plating. Never been good at it. Right. Where is the... There we go. Nice. Okay. Well, that's the pasta. I think all these look really cool. I really like how these look. I don't know, they're fun to look at. The, you know, I've been saying it all day, but I can't remember what it's called. Tortellini. They're nice looking, I think. I think they're very passable in most regards. So I think that's something to have merit for. This looks a little dry, but hey, I gotta say, that's kind of what happens when half of it falls on the floor. So, that's my fault though. Those look good. And the mushroom chicken Alfredo, the fettuccine mushroom chicken Alfredo. A bit of a mouthful, but looks good. Right, well, I'm gonna try the pesto ordeal first, because I'm more interested in that. I know what the Alfredo is gonna taste like, so I'm not really interested in that. But the pesto I'm more interested in. Well, I did forget one ingredient, funny enough. I forgot the salt. But the flavor of it is very basily, very fragrant, very nice, very basily, which is what I really want in a pesto. It's very nice. Surprisingly creamy as well. But it's not really that surprising because I know that it was going to be creamy regardless. But the chicken meatballs here. They're actually quite good. Not gonna lie, was thinking that they were gonna be a tad over. They are a little dark, but they're actually kind of really perfectly cooked. Funny enough, I'm kind of surprised about that too. Yeah, that turned out very nicely. The pesto is very basily, very strong. It's a lot more stronger than like other pestos I've made where I just throw it in a blender, which works. But this one actually is a lot more basily. It's a lot more aromatic and this and that, so that's very nice. That turned out very nicely. But the what was it? I guess the mushroom chicken Alfredo here. The yeah. I've definitely had, I've made I've made like so many Alfredos before with fettuccine and all that whatnot. But there's always that something that makes with fresh pasta that makes it just that much better. With fresh pasta, it's a lot more of a delicate bite, but still has like that little bit of like give, like al dente. And unlike when you cook pastas and sauces and all that, when you use fresh pasta, it absorbs the sauce a lot more. So not only do you get a more flavorful like sauce, no, more flavorful like a more pleasant chew and like better texture, but the pasta actually does absorb a lot of the flavor as well, which makes it taste a lot better too. It's much more imbued of all those good flavors and all that. So, yeah, very good. The chicken mushroom Alfredo is a definite hit. I'm wanting to. I really, I really want to pig out right now. I really want to eat all the food right now. I'm starving. So I think I might now kick you guys off. I'll kick you guys off to someone else now. Here, Zuzu's actually live right now. She's a cool cooking VTuber. I think she's actually one of the most interesting cooking VTubers, so I'm gonna send you all over there. She's cool, she's real nice, and very pleasant. Very creative, much more, what is the word? A lot more interactive with the viewers, I'll say that much. I know, I'm very bad at that, so, meh. But I want to send you off to Zuzu, so if you want to actually have some good content, I can actually send you off to her. Because she has some quality stuff over there, and she actually cooks as well. So, hey, if you like cooking, might want to check her out. She's a lot more interested than me. Okay. I don't really want to talk too much anymore. My head's just full of pasta and food and noodles and carbs. I just want to go eat. I just want to go eat. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in today. I don't know what I'm gonna stream next. I think I'm gonna probably play Hightail with someone soon, maybe. So perhaps keep an eye out for that. But other than that, I think I am just going to go right now. So thank you all for tuning in today. I hope you have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, and/or time zone. And thank you for just tuning in to my little pasta stream. Okay, I'm hungry. I wanna go eat. I wanna go eat. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.